John Beltran back with Jen Goodall as the Mustangs took the opening possession, and a Devin Lapp shot was blocked out of bounds. Mustangs retrieve possession but then threw the ball away, so it's Beat Digger basketball. Then the Beat Diggers throw it away. So both teams have committed a turnover in the opening 21 seconds of the third. It's Carly Nichols, Kristen Berg, Emily Monarch, Kennedy Guzman, Alex White for Brush, Ali Schneider, Brooke Wiederspan, Devin Lapp, along with Alexis Bills and Sammy Pettijohn, who makes the jumper from 15 feet away for Fort Morgan. Pettijohn now with 7. The Mustang deficit is down to 6, 34-28 Brush. Guzman with a basketball. On the right baseline, Berg. Easy shot is up and missed. A little 10-footer wide open, not too easy. Alex White is the rebound for Brush. Over to Guzman, and Guzman double dribbled. Brush had only 1 turnover in the second quarter, and they have 2 in the opening 51 seconds of the third. Here is Schneider into the front court. On the outside left to Pettijohn. Pettijohn lobs it right side for Schneider. Schneider down low, entry pass, and it was intercepted beautifully by Monarch. With the basketball is Guzman. Brush 34, Fort Morgan 28, 6:47 to go, third quarter. Guzman picks up the dribble and traveled, and now, Brush has come out completely unfocused. I mean, you commit 3 turnovers.
If they're back into the hurrying instead of, yes, you want to play fast, but you don't want to hurry.
5 turnovers committed by these teams combined in the first minute and 20 seconds. This is the type of basketball that we were hoping to avoid. On the outside right, Schneider fakes in, and she traveled. Wow. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, those are the right calls. I mean,
no, it becomes unwatchable at a certain point. I'm sorry. I hate to use that term, but it's true. I mean, 6 turnovers and 1 bucket in the first minute and a half. Hopefully that's just a short stretch that will not continue. Guzman into the front court on the outside left to White. Back out to Guzman. Guzman gets a pick from Monarch. Monarch towards the right baseline. Bounce pass. Monarch banks and scores. Excellent job by Kennedy Guzman to Emily Monarch. That's the basketball you want to see on both ends. Brush 36, Fort Morgan 28. Schneider on the outside left to Pettijohn in the left corner for Bills. Bills dribbles to her right. Bounce pass back out to Pettijohn along the left baseline, spinning back out to Bills. Bounce pass to Schneider. Schneider bounce pass right baseline to Winsheimer against Carly Nichols. Cross-court bounce pass looked like it was off of Lapp out of bounds. And Fort Morgan has committed their 14th turnover and their 4th of this third quarter. Brush with a basket can extend to a double-digit lead. Guzman pressured by Pettijohn in the backcourt. Crossover dribbles into the front court on the high right. Jump pass to Berg down low. Turn, shoots, and blocked by Schneider. Excellent defense by Ali Schneider. She tried to get her to commit that third foul, but Schneider was very disciplined for the Mustangs. Schneider with a basketball. She'll take the right wing 3 off the back of the rim. And Kristen Berg tries to save it in, but does to Alexis Bills of Fort Morgan, Here is Schneider, right baseline. The shot is up and in. Put in by Brooke Wiederspan. Her first points of the game.
Good ball movement by Fort Morgan that time.
Rush 36, Fort Morgan 30. And that pass is tipped away by Bills. And it's still loose in the front court. And it's taken away by Fort Morgan. The Beat Diggers commit their 11th turnover. The Mustangs can make this a 4-point game with a bucket. 5 minutes to go in the third. Left corner, Wiederspan. Back out to Schneider. Gets a pick from Lapp. Picks up the dribble and then threw a pass. I'm not sure if that was intended for Lapp or Wiederspan, who she anticipated cutting, but it went out of bounds. Mustangs turn it over for the 15th time. Backcourt pressure. Monarch has the basketball. Into the front court, Berg. Berg cross-court pass tipped away beautifully by Wiederspan and intercepted by Schneider. Schneider's got a 3-on-3 all the way. Scoops it up around, no good, and a foul. Was it on the floor or on the shot? And that foul's going to be on the shot committed by Alex White. Ali Schneider to the stripe. Committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending.
Well, and if you recall the last time, because you remember everything that I say, apparently, I talked about that.
Wow, that
pass
was rather
across.
scathing.
Well, you do. It's amazing to me that you can remember everything. The pass across the lane. Remember how we talked about how dangerous that was? And that's 2 turnovers right in a row doing that pass across the lane.
It's funny that you mentioned it because I don't remember. No, I'm just kidding. Second free throw is in after Schneider missed the first one. And the Brush lead is down to 5, 36-31. Yep, I remember something you said on January 10, 2009. No, I'm just throwing that out.
Oh, here we go.
Delorier into the front court to White. It's a 3-on-2. White middle of the lane. Puts it up off the back of the rim. It spins out. And the rebound to Nichols. Nichols back out. Delorier. Left baseline shot is in and out. And then we got a foul in the backcourt after Petitjean grabbed the rebound for Fort Morgan. That foul will be against the Bead Diggers. It's going to be against Nichols. That's her second. 4:33 to go in the third. 36-31 in favor of Brush. Stop by 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan at Bijou T-Quest. Letter jackets, T-shirts, banners, and more. They're also your local experts customizing your team sports apparel at Bijou T-Quest. Bills with the basketball on the outside right to Petitjean. Dribbling to her right against Delorier. Pulls up little 10-footers off the front of the rim. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. It's off of Alex White. And to throw it in is Petitjean. Petitjean looking. Bounce pass right baseline to Apple. Tips it to Winsheimer in the corner. Check that. That's Wiederspan. Then she throws it away. Intercepted by White to Brush. White back out to Delorier. Right baseline to Guzman. Underneath the basket. Bounce pass. Berg banks and scores. Kennedy Guzman throwing some very nice passes tonight. Those bounce passes to Nichols and Berg and to Monarch. 38-31 Brush. 3:49 to go. Third quarter for Brush High School. John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Here's Winsheimer to Apple, right baseline to Wiederspan, back out to Winsheimer, dribbling to her left, bounce pass over to Petitjean. Petitjean in the lane, and her shot is blocked by Berg, but it's tipped into the hands of Wiederspan of Fort Morgan. Wiederspan spinning, bounce pass inside to Apple, turns, shoots, misses, and the rebound and putback is up and in by Alexis Bills. Bills with 5 rebounds and 7 points. Brush 38, Fort Morgan 33. Delorier, middle of the lane, bounce pass intended for Nichols, but it was poked out of bounds by one of the Mustangs, and the Bead Diggers retain possession with 3:15 to go in the third. Guzman to throw it in, over to Berg. Her shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Ashley Apple is the rebound and tied up by Guzman. Possession arrow stays with Brush. Nice job of Guzman tying up Apple when Apple clearly had the ball first, but Guzman was going to stay right with her. Delorier to throw it in. Bounce pass down low for Guzman. Lost the ball, got it back, double team. Kicks it back out, intended for Berg, intercepted by Bills. Both teams have committed 6 turnovers in a quarter. Danielle Gross is tripped up by Guzman in the backcourt. The Bead Diggers have 3 team fouls in the third quarter. That's Guzman's second personal. And to throw it in is Gross here over to Winsheimer. Winsheimer with the basketball. Bounce pass to Apple on the left wing. Here is Bill. She misses the 15-footer. Rebound to Jordan Delorier. Delorier with her fourth. Delorier across midcourt. Left baseline Nichols. Little 12-footer. Yes! For Carly Nichols. Nichols with 7. 40-33 in favor of Brush. 2.5 to go in the third. Winsheimer with the basketball. The bounce pass is poked away. It's loose at midcourt. And there's a tie-up between Guzman and Gross. And substitutions on both sides. It'll be Mustang basketball. The possession arrow pointing in their direction. Danielle Gross with the basketball. On the right wing over to Bill. She's double teamed, penetrates right baseline. Bounce pass goes right through everybody over to Emily Monarch of Brush. 17 turnovers for the Mustangs. Delorier, middle of the lane, pulls up and misses off to the right. Ashley Apple has the rebound for Fort Morgan. Then stolen by Nichols, banks and scores. Well, what a great play by the Bead Diggers. Nichols now with 9. 42-33 Brush. 1:50 to go in the third. At the free throw line is Apple. Apple penetrates and then had the shot blocked, but she was fouled to the left of the basket. Bailey Craich with a contact. That'll be her first foul. And to the stripe. They're going to say Emily Monarch. Check that. That'll be her second. Ashley Apple to shoot 2. Whether it's health, life, or dental insurance or Medicare supplements, see Sharon Kaufman at Insurance Connection. Free throw, Apple, swish for the Mustangs senior. Lady Mustangs are right in this game. It's 42-34 Brush. Chandra Haas is in for Brush. Kennedy Guzman is out. Excellent effort tonight by the Lady Mustangs. Second free throw is up and in. 42-35. Here's Delorier across midcourt for Brush. On the outside left to Haas. Back out to Delorier. Delorier dribbling to her right against Brittany Winsheimer. Inside the three-point line. She misses that one. Got nothing but backboard. Rebound to Nichols. Nichols is going to back it out to Delorier. She'll slow down this offense for Brush. Delorier lobs it down low for Haas, and it's over her hand out of bounds. And these teams have combined for 15 turnovers in the quarter. With a minute 20 to go, and Brush still leads, but this is certainly not a comfortable lead, Jen.
No, it's not. They're, nobody's going to quit. Nobody's going to roll over. They're both going to keep fighting.
Alexis Bills with the basketball. Dribbling at the free throw line, back out to Gross. Gross against Jordan Delorier. Down low for Lapp, and then the ball was out of bounds as Lapp dribbled the ball off her foot. 19 turnovers for Fort Morgan. And no pressure there applied by the Mustangs. Here's Delorier, lobs it inside for Monarch, and Monarch had the shot blocked out of there by Schneider. As Monarch went to the floor, Devin Lapp comes away with the basketball. And then Monarch nearly committed a foul. Here's the left baseline jumper, is no good by Gross, but the rebound to Shuckey. Shuckey about out to Schneider, left corner three, and it's an air ball. Carly Nichols has it for the Bead Diggers. Here's Delorier into the front court. 30 seconds to go in the third. Brush up by 7. Down low for Monarch, wide open. She banks and misses an easy one, and then Monarch is fouled by Alexis Bills. Well, she did get the rebound, and then Bills committed the foul.
Well, I'm glad she stuck with it just to,
Well, it's only the foul for in the second half, and we've only got 25 seconds to go in the third. Nichols scores. Little 7-footer on the left side off the inbounds pass from Jordan Delorier. Nichols was 6 in the quarter, 11 in the game. Brush 44, Fort Morgan 35. Bills on the outside right, 12 seconds to go. Schneider wide open three is off to the left. Rebound to Emily Monarch, her fourth board. Bead Diggers have one more shot left in them. Over to Delorier. Delorier at the free throw line, and then she's fouled by Shuckey. Shuckey commits her second foul. That's actually not a bad foul because there's 2 seconds to go, and Brush now has to inbound.
No, they're calling that on.
No, they're
calling
right.
that on Schneider.
Yep. That's Schneider's third. But she's committed 2 fouls in the waning moments of a quarter. So that's actually a very bad foul. Delorier to throw it in. I thought it was a good team foul. Over to Crate. She puts it up right corner. That's an air ball. And that is the end of the third quarter. With the score, Brush 44, Fort Morgan 35 on B106 and B106.com. This quick-moving contest moves to the fourth quarter, where Brush leads Fort Morgan 44-35 in the first of 2 from Brush High School. John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Bead Diggers have the basketball first. Emily Monarch near the right corner, looking down low. Is going to have to kick it back out to Alex White. White to Guzman, dribbles by 1. Guzman left baseline, tripped up by Devin Lapp. That'll be Fort Morgan's third foul of the half. Devin Lapp has committed her first personal. It's Berg, Nichols, White, Guzman, and Monarch for Brush. Bills, Lapp, Shuckey, Pettijohn, and Gross for Fort Morgan. And a shot is blocked by Lapp as Berg turned around, but then it was stolen by Emily Monarch. Then she went over and back. So the teams exchanged turnovers there. Brush did outscore Fort Morgan 10-9 in the third quarter. Mustangs still have a shot here with 7.5 to go in the game, down by 9. Pettijohn with the basketball. On the outside right to Gross. Over to Pettijohn. Pettijohn cross court to Bills. She'll take that shot, and she's going to make it inside the three-point line for Bills. Alexis Bills has 9 points in the game. Left baseline, Nichols with the basketball. Bounce pass to Berg. Berg has to try to save it in. Does to Nichols. Over to Monarch. Shoots and misses short. And then the ball is knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of Devin Lapp of Fort Morgan. Bead Diggers retain possession.
And did you notice the passing in there? That was the 3 so-called bigs. That would be Nichols to Berg to Emily Monarch.
And the entry pass was thrown towards Berg, but Lapp caught it at the same time. A tie-up gives the ball to Fort Morgan with 7:05 to go in the game. Brush 44, Fort Morgan 37. Pettijohn on the outside right with the basketball. Cross court to Gross. Down low for Lapp. Poked away by Berg. And then the ball's loose in the backcourt, picked up by Alex White. White over to Kennedy Guzman, and then she dribbled the ball off her foot out of bounds. Yeah, this second half has been bad basketball. I mean, I'm sorry. You look at the turnovers, and you have 20 turnovers in 9 minutes and 8 seconds of basketball. That's just not good on either side. Here's Pettijohn into the front court. In the right corner for Shuckey. Back out to Pettijohn. Pettijohn dribbles, cut off over there by Nichols. Right corner, Shuckey shot is up and no good. And the rebound to Alex White. White with her 7th board. White into the front court, in the lane, puts it up, back rim, good. Boy, she had that friendly touch. It just sat on the back of the rim and fell in. Brush 46, Fort Morgan 37. White with 6 points in the game. 6:19 to go from Brush in the first of 2. Here is Pettijohn with the basketball. Towards the free throw line. Nearly stripped, double team. Overhead pass to Shuckey. Shuckey up top to Pettijohn. Pettijohn dribbles into the lane, puts up a shot off the back of the rim. No good. Emily Monarch grabs the rebound for Brush. Monarch with her 5th board. The outlet over to White into the front court. White is fouled just beyond midcourt. I think Danielle Gross is going to be called for the foul. Sammy Pettijohn instead. We are at the top of the hour here from Brush High School. John Beltran with Jen Goodall on KPRB. Brush Fort Morgan, Morgan County's B106, where Brush leads Fort Morgan 46-37. Entry pass, or check that pass on the sideline into Nichols. Front court to Monarch. Monarch lobs it down low for Berg. Great positioning, reverse layup up and in. Off the glass for Kristen Berg, who's got 12 points in the game. And Brush has a double-digit lead, 48-37 with 5:38 to go. Gross, free throw line for Apple, cut off by Berg, nearly set up by Guzman. Then the pass at the feet of Gross and a tie-up between Guzman and check that, not Gross, but Pettijohn. Possession arrow is pointing in Brush's direction. Diggers will have the basketball with backcourt pressure being applied at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refill on game days. And like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen. White back out to Nichols near the top. Nichols against Shuckey. Down low for White. Left baseline. Turns, shoots. Around. No good. Nice rebound there by Sammy Pettijohn of Fort Morgan. 5th board. Pettijohn on the outside right. They've got to cut her off, and Nichols does. And that pass is not going to bounce by Nichols, intended for Lapp down low along the right baseline. It will be Fort Morgan basketball.
You know, in the second half, I've noticed, too, that there's not as many second and third opportunities when the shots are missed.
Inbounds pass from Pettijohn to Bills, back out to Gross. Under 5 minutes to go. Over to Pettijohn, over to Gross right baseline. She's double-teamed. Cross-court bounce pass was on the baseline. That is turnover. Number 22 for Fort Morgan. Jordan Delorier replaces Kennedy Guzman. Looks like Brush is trying to do what they did last night, which is close the game out strong. They led by 9 going into the quarter. They're up by 11. Backcourt pass to Monarch. Boy, nice left-handed dribble into the front court. 3-on-2. Left baseline. Nichols shot is up and well off to the right. Rebound Berg. She banks and misses. And then Carly Nichols knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Fort Morgan basketball with 4:47 to go in the first of 2 games tonight from Brush. And this place is packed, as it should be when 2 Morgan County teams are playing. On the outside right, Gross. In the right corner, back out over there for Wiederspan. Over to Schneider. Schneider straight away to Pettijohn. On the outside left for Gross. In the left corner for Wiederspan. And tries to kick it back out top. Deflected by White, taken by Pettijohn. On the outside right, another deflected pass. Schneider has it for Fort Morgan. At the top for Pettijohn. She traveled. Turnover number 23 for Fort Morgan. The Bee Diggers in the game have 16. Brush 48, Fort Morgan 37. 4:18 to go from Brush High School. Monarch in the backcourt off the entry pass. Picks up the dribble into the front court to Delorier. Delorier at the top. On the outside right with a chest pass to Monarch. Holding the ball up high at the top for Nichols. Nichols looking down low. Nobody open. Now to Berg. 15-footer. Rushed it. Missed it. Rebound. Nichols banks and scores to the left of the basket for Carly Nichols. Nichols has 13 points in the game, leading all scorers, and Brush leads by that many, 50-37, 3:45 to go. And then Pettijohn's pass is intercepted by Delorier. Alex White is wide open with a bounce pass. She banks, scores, and a foul! Boy, Allie Schneider got her pretty hard as she was just trying to block the shot. But what a play by Alex White, and she will go to the line after scoring the 2. And Schneider commits her 4th foul. And White got up unharmed there. That was a shot that she took there. So Alex White to the stripe. Yeah, I think the frustration is starting to set in for the Mustangs, who were in this game, but now Brush is starting to pull away with 3:39 to go, up by 15.
So I'm trying to figure out what they're
they were trying to determine if it was, I mean, the ball definitely went in.
Yeah.
The official just signaled that it went in, but the score was already put up there. So 1 free throw for Alex White. Nice game tonight. Drills the free throw. 5 points in the quarter, 9 in the game. 9 points and 7 rebounds. And Brush is in firm control now, 53-37. Apple has her shot blocked by Berg. Taken away by Delorier. Long pass to Guzman. She'll bank and score for Kennedy Guzman. Delorier with the assist. And Schneider walked in the front court. I think she was caught in between decisions. That is turnover number 25 for Fort Morgan. 55-37 Brush. And the Beat Diggers call a timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And again, just closing the game out strong. They've outscored Fort Morgan 11-2 in the quarter. I mean, it was still a game when we got to the 4th, but over the first 4 minutes and 45 seconds, this quarter's belonged to Brush.
They've made some adjustments. Like, for instance, they've been trying to lob it down, and they did that in the first half, right? Into Berg or into Carly or into whoever basically was the post at the time. However, Allie Schneider was always there in that little zone. This time, they're kind of waiting until the backside person pulls the defense out a little bit before they throw that. So that's 3 less turnovers that they've done. They've had 3 little shots on that one in this half that they've benefited off that adjustment. The other thing is, for Fort Morgan, they're not moving the ball as well and they're not being as patient right now as they were in the first half.
No doubt, and the turnovers illustrate that. Inbounds pass to Berg, back out to Delorier on the left wing. Delorier towards the left corner, lobs it down low for Nichols. Nichols triple team and then had the ball taken away. Alexis Bills has it for Fort Morgan with 3 minutes to go in the game. Brush 55, Fort Morgan 37. Pettijohn, 12-footer, is off to the left. The ball is volleyballed into the hands of Wiederspan. Apple straight away, 15-footer back rim. Here's Pettijohn's put back. That is missed. And the ball is rebounded by Berg. Some nice rebounds for the Mustangs, but unfortunately they could not convert. Here with the basketball is Nichols. Nichols down low for Berg. She banks and misses, but she's fouled. Kristen Berg to the line. Ashley Apple commits her first foul. Beat Diggers at one point had a 44-37 lead. Free throw is up and in. They're on a 12-0 run. I mean, that's the other point you got to make. It's not just closing out games offensively, but more importantly, closing them out defensively.
Yep, that's true. I mean, Fort Morgan's put their press back on, and they've handled it pretty well.
Second free throw upcoming is missed, and Ashley Apple has the rebound. On the outside right, Pettijohn with the basketball. Near the top to Bills. On the outside left to Winsheimer. Winsheimer with 2:20 to go. Brush 56, Fort Morgan 37. Entry pass is tipped away, but then re-intercepted by Fort Morgan. Carly Nichols has the rebound off the miss. And then that's taken away again here by Pettijohn, and Carly Nichols commits the foul as Pettijohn misses the shot. So a bevy of turnovers there. And Pettijohn is looking to end a 12-0 run.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that, but again, it was clean up top, but she got her with the body.
Third foul by Carly Nichols. The Pettijohn free throw is no good. Second free throw upcoming for Sammy Pettijohn with 2:12 to go in the game. And that is in the air, and that is around and off to the right. Emily, check that, Carly Nichols has her fifth rebound for Brush. Here's Kennedy Guzman in the lane all the way, scoops it up too strong, and the ball is poked around. Kennedy Guzman has it for Brush, back out Nichols, 15-footer, in, out, and rebound to Guzman. She's fouled from behind by Alexis Bills on the floor, but that will be the 17th foul, and that will send Guzman to the line. Bills has committed her third personal. And the Bee Diggers will make substitutions. I think they have to wait. Well, no, they're allowing these substitutions right now on both sides. But Guzman's the only one that has to stay in there for Brush. Don't they normally wait till after the free throw is made?
Yeah, normally after the first free throw, then they'll let him in, but...
Here we go. Guzman at the stripe. I've only been watching basketball for 30 years, but maybe more. And the free throw is up and in for Kennedy Guzman. See, now is when they would normally allow those players to enter, but it really doesn't matter at this point.
However, it was a 1-on-1, so then they have to let him in.
Right.
It was not a two-shot, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so then they were correct.
They were correct.
They were correct.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. That second free throw is around and good. Guzman with 4 in the quarter, 6 in the game. Brush 58, Fort Morgan 37. With an even 2 minutes to go in the game. Here's Danielle Gross into the front court for Fort Morgan. Well, the Lady Mustangs held their own for 3 quarters, but Fort Morgan couldn't get them in the fourth. Celia Smits into the game, over to Gross. Now with the basketball, Samantha Scott. Over to Lauren Staley. Nearly a tie-up. Staley with the basketball, over to Smits. Smits in the right corner, back out to Staley. Staley to Gross on the outside left. Here is a shot that's going to be an air ball. And that was actually Staley. Here come the Mustangs with the basketball. Delorier pulls up off the glass too strong. And the rebound controlled by Whalert. She puts it up. It's off to the right. Chandra Haas has the rebound for Brush. Bee Diggers will have to reset with 1:14 to go in the game. Brush 58, Fort Morgan 37. Delorier lobs it to Craich. Craich near that left corner for Haas against Smits. Down low here is Craich. Turns, shoots, air ball. Haas tries to save it in and does, but to Macy Shuckey of Fort Morgan. Here is Staley into the front court, all the way, scoops it up, no good. And the ball is loose and taken away by Jordan Delorier. Brush. Delorier lobs it to Haas, and she traveled. Took that extra step, and the Bee Diggers turn it over. 45.46 remaining.
Bummer.
Yeah, that would have been an easy bucket, but had to take a dribble. Here is Gross on the outside left to Staley, guarded by Haas. Fort Morgan has scored only 2 points in a quarter. Samantha Scott misses the jumper. Rebound to Celia Smits, and she misses that shot. And the ball is loose, and it's picked up over there by Casey Blake of Brush. Long pass to Craich, turns, shoots, scores. Bailey Craich has got 6 points. Brush 60, Fort Morgan 37. And then that bounce pass is intercepted by Whalert. Whalert with 1 to beat, lays it up, and she's fouled by Danielle Gross. Alyssa Whalert will be shooting 2 with 9.8 seconds to go. Transforming lives each day. Colorado Plains Medical Center is where people choose to go for health care. That's Colorado Plains Medical Center. The Whalert free throw is short. Second free throw upcoming. For Melissa Whalert. That is in the air, and that one is in. That'll be the final Bee Digger points of the game. Fort Morgan will try to score on this possession, but Gross throws it at the feet of Samantha Scott out of bounds. And the Mustangs just had a very bad second half. They had 18 of their 28 turnovers in this half, and the Bee Diggers will dribble out the clock. And that'll be the final score of game 1 of our doubleheader. Brush 61, Fort Morgan 37 on B106 and B106.com. Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by High Plains Bank in Wiggins. No matter what your loan needs, stop by High Plains Bank at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. In the first game of our doubleheader tonight on B106 and B106.com, the Brush Lady Bee Diggers defeat the Fort Morgan Lady Mustangs 61-37. It was close through 3 quarters. as Brush led 17-15 after 1, 34-26 at the break, and 44-35 after 3. However, the Bead Diggers outscored Fort Morgan 17-2 in the fourth to win handily. The Mustangs had 9 players in the scoring column tonight, but none in double figures. 9 points apiece for Alexis Bills and Ashley Apple. 7 points in the game for Sammy Pettijohn. Next up in the scoring column, Macy Shuckey with 4. Then 2 points apiece for Brittany Winsheimer, Danielle Gross, as well as Brooke Wiederspan, and 1 point for Allie Schneider and Devin Lapp. Bead Diggers had 13 points from Kristen Berg and Carly Nichols, 9 from Alex White, Jordan DeLaurier with 8, 6 apiece from Kennedy Guzman and Bailey Craich. Emily Monarch scored 5. And then I think I mentioned 8 from Jordan DeLaurier, 1 point from Melissa Wailert, 9 there for Alex White. The Bead Diggers out-rebounded Fort Morgan 36-30. Bead Diggers tonight were led by Alex White with 7 rebounds, and Fort Morgan had 6, a team-high 6 from Sammy Pettijohn. The free throw situation had the Bead Diggers going 11 out of 15, 73%. Fort Morgan 8 out of 13, 61%. And there were only 17 turnovers at halftime combined, 31 in the second half. 28 turnovers in the game by Fort Morgan, 20 by Brush. And, yeah, we certainly saw basketball that neither of these teams, especially Fort Morgan, wants to repeat, Jen, in the near future, especially now that they're in the midst of a 9-game losing streak while the Bead Diggers have won 6 in a row.
Well, and, for Fort Morgan, they keep trucking through things. They keep making, there's small improvements that you can see from the first time that they played, and I just hope that they, I've been in losing seasons. It's not very fun. You have to find a way to make it fun. And if that's in day-to-day practice, then that's the fun part, and the games are the fun part. You have to go to work a little bit. It's still the game of basketball, so it's still got to be somewhat fun for them.
Without a doubt.
And, it's going to happen for them. They're going to get another win because you're seeing improvement from them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of consistency, doing it for 32 minutes and not for a portion of the game. And now they're sitting at 1-9, while the Lady Bead Diggers have improved to 6-1 on the season following this 61-37 victory tonight.
And they were also finding out, the other personnel, that they can play too, and they don't have to rely so heavily on Allie, and that's going to open her up as well. That's not going to put so much pressure on her.
Allie Schneider did not have a single field goal tonight. She had 1 free throw. But I mean, that's going to be the difference maker when they do win, is if she gets in that scoring column a little bit more frequently, because that's something, unfortunately, that certainly didn't help.
But that's the improvement that you see with the other girls stepping up and going, oh, okay, we can do this. We don't have to rely solely on her.
And they did.
Not taking anything away from Allie, because she's a great player too. So, and as for the Diggers, they've got to get rid of those turnovers, and I'm sure that Coach George is talking about that a lot. I thought the rebounding, boxing out, I thought was better tonight than it was last night.
Yeah, certainly was, as the Bead Diggers win the game 61-37. And we will take an extended break here. Let's take about a 4-minute break, and we'll come back with a boys game right after this on B106 and B106.com.